Hello and welcome. Testing out some new threads on a Thursday. Another edition of Oregon Sports Report. 30 minutes of sports straight ahead. The first Pac-12 football game of the season kicked off tonight. We're going to get to that in just a minute. Meanwhile, Oregon sits under 48 hours from kickoff against Bowling Green. Saturday marks the start of a potential Heisman season for Justin Herbert. Junior year Justin has put on 35 pounds of muscle, a little shield in case of contact. That said, Coach Cristobal is still coaching the slide for his Heisman hopeful.
I mean, it's the best that you can do, right? Prepare yourself in that way, and he's eager to get after it, and he's one of those quarterbacks that, unfortunately, he loves contact. Sometimes it gets him going, but we have taught him that contact for a quarterback isn't particularly great. So, learn how to slide a little bit more and whatnot, but. Yeah, the guy's ready. The guy's ready, and he's really dialed in and focused, and all he cares about is making sure this team has success.
A shot at success starts Saturday at 5 against Bowling Green. The center-quarterback combo is key to success in football. The second half of that 2016 Alamo Bowl showcased that. Good news for Oregon this season, their quarterback-center combo is one of the best in the country.
In football, like in baseball, you need to be strong up the middle. Oregon's most successful seasons support that statement. Unger Dixon, Grasu Mariota, and now Hanson Herbert.
It's such a blessing when you come into a program and there's a center of his caliber there, because that guy at the line of scrimmage has to have the best presence along with a quarterback of anybody.
Quarterback Justin Herbert and center Jake Hanson have always had the talent, but both are pretty reserved guys.
You got your hand on the ball, man. You got your hand on the ball. You've got to speak. You've got to not only lead by example, but every play you've got to say, hey, give us the front, give us this, give us the calls, all that stuff. So he's grown tremendously just in that aspect of it, which has helped him grow as a player.
Hanson's rolling. 25 consecutive start streak at center, and he hasn't allowed a sack in 2 straight seasons. Herbert will get the Heisman praise, but part of his success is in the hands of Hanson, and that will only help.
It's hard to find chinks and flaws in his armor, in his makeup, in his regimen. The guy's, he's a real deal student athlete competitor. I mean, that's what he is, and he brings that to the table, and it's infectious and contagious throughout the entire offensive line room and the offense.
Both enter the season on just about every national trophy watch list out there, and Hanson plans to stay on those lists throughout the season.
My personal goal this year is just kind of set myself apart as one of the best centers in the country, and really I want to set myself apart as one of the best O-linemen in the country. That's really been my goal, is to be not just good, but to be dominant on the field.
From snap to score, the Ducks' dominance relies heavily on Herbert and Hanson. Strong up the middle. You've seen what they can do. Now you'll hear it too.
On the recruiting trail earlier today, the Ducks picked up a verbal commitment out of Las Vegas. Trevin Mae, rated as a 3-star outside linebacker from Bishop Gorman High School, which is a football powerhouse. The 6'4", 240-pound athlete chose Oregon over multiple offers that include Arizona State, California, Oklahoma, and USC. The Ducks now have the number 4 ranked 2019 recruiting class in the country, according to 24/7 Sports. Switching over to Oregon State football now. The Beavers did not practice today. Instead, the team traveled to Columbus, Ohio, as they get closer to facing off against the number 5 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. The Beavers offense will obviously have a huge challenge ahead on Saturday, trying to call their plays in front of 100,000 loud screaming Buckeye fans at the Horseshoe. They also face one of the top defenses in the country, led by preseason All-American Nick Bosa. Despite losing multiple players to the NFL draft last season, the Buckeyes are reloaded on the defensive end. Beavers offensive coordinator Brian Lindgren is fully aware of the challenge ahead for his offense.
Very impressed. Probably one of the best defenses that I've ever seen on tape. They're really active up front. They've got some first-round draft picks up front. They're really talented in the secondary. Their linebackers run and tackle. It's a really impressive group. They've played a lot. They've got experience. I think it'll be a really big challenge for our entire offense.
Oregon State running back Artavius Pierce is not buying into the hype surrounding the Buckeye defense. The junior running back is confident his O-line will provide a spark for the Beaver backfield.
The O-line getting better every day, each and every day, open up holes for us, all the running backs. I just feel like we just got to execute, and the hole's going to be there. So as long as we execute and don't worry about who we're facing against, just play OSR football, we're going to be great.
Kickoff Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific time on ABC. NFL regular season going to start next week. That means year number 3 of our Bymark Pro Football Pick'em. It is your chance to compete against your friends, family, and of course, the professional sports team at Oregon Sports Report. We'll again have those weekly prizes from local restaurants and a grand prize at the end of the season, a giant flat screen TV. Go to OregonsFox.com, sign up to play. The Bymark Pro Football Pick'em, brought to you by Bymark, Discount Windows, Ramjack Midgley's, 1050, 95.7, Fox Sports Eugene, and Oregon's Fox. And here on Oregon Sports Report, we want to remind you, try and exercise every single day. Here we have kid sports athletes showing off their defensive skills on the hardwood. Everyone seemed to have a great time out there. As we know, staying active is one of the best ways to stay healthy, so get out and play, people. High school football kicks off tomorrow night around the state, but tonight it was boys soccer stealing the show on the pitch. South Eugene Axe coming off a season opener loss at Sunset. We go to the Purple Pitch. South Eugene hosting Lincoln. The Axe coming off a semifinal appearance in the state tourney last year. This guy played a big role. Jake Hoffman, the senior, second-team all-conference selection, opens the scoring in the first 6 minutes. Has some celebration going on there. Late in the first, Lincoln, a corner kick, some chaos in the box. Massimo, the save. Lincoln would tie things up in the second half. Axe, chance in the final minutes to get the win. Hoffman shot an epic save. Going to end in a draw. South Eugene will host South Salem on Tuesday. Battle of the Souths. Tomorrow, Sheldon football opens their 2018 season on national television. The Irish host Graham Kapowson. It will be broadcast live on ESPNU. It's part of the 2018 ESPN High School Football Showcase. The game features 2 of the top 15 quarterbacks in the 2019 recruiting class. You have Sheldon's Michael Johnson Jr., who recently committed to Penn State, and Graham Kapowson's Dylan Morris, who's committed to Washington. It's not that often, but sometimes a play in a certain football game can be bigger than the game itself. That was the case for one high school player in South Carolina last week who made the catch of a lifetime. Jessica Ellie has the story.
Any other night, this would just be a normal late touchdown pass. On this Friday night in Monetta, this was anything but. Cheers erupting from the stands as Saluta's Fulton Wynn was on the receiving end of the catch of a lifetime. You see, Wynn has autism.
Just one of the things I've been wanting to do since I started playing football, catch a touchdown pass, and it came true.
We got into a point where we were kind of playing everybody, and I said, make sure everybody's in the game, and we said, fully in? Yeah, he's in. And then one of the coaches on the offensive side said, you want to try to get him the ball? And I said, well, let's throw him a little spot route, a little quick pass.
He does not get to play very often. Last Friday, when he got a chance to get out there on the field and compete, he made sure to make the most of his opportunity.
I kind of had faith in him, but when the coaches told me to go tell Foley that we're going to throw the fade ball up to him, went to the huddle, told him that I was throwing a fade ball to him, and he had a big Kool-Aid smile on his face.
When that ball was thrown, I had to make a play. I mean, just get all I got.
From the stands to the field, that single play had everyone overcome with emotion.
It was so awesome. Our team went nuts. They ran. We got a 15-yard penalty. They ran to the end zone and just hounded him in the back of the end zone. It was just really, really special.
A special moment that Wynn and the Saluda community won't soon forget. In Saluda, I'm Jessica Ely.
Well, right after making the catch of a lifetime, Wynn learned his grandfather passed away. Wynn's mother knows her father-in-law still got to see that memorable play. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Oregon Sports Report. For more info, you can check us out, OregonsFox.com. And we're on Twitter. Throw us a follow at OR Sports Report for all your Northwest sports coverage.